So we're doing some work in the analytics area, specifically around insider threat, and using contextual information to try to identify a trusted employee who may have some bad behavior on their mind. And you're looking at what do they normally do, and then looking at behavior that no longer maps to what they typically do, and try to spot those trends early enough so that you can shut it down. I think something else that you hear about it from NIST quite often is this whole notion of password fatigue. The best practice is you create a new strong password for every system that you have access to. I have hundreds and hundreds of passwords. There's no way I could ever remember all of those.
I can't tell you how many times I have to go through forgot my password routine.
So that all becomes a challenge, and hopefully there will be technologies that evolve. It touches on a very politically charged area of this whole national ID program. For all intents and purposes, we do have one. It's your Social Security identifier. Right. It was never intended to be used in that way, but virtually every system you access, they'd love to get your Social Security number so they can track you from system to system. So these are all things that are going on. We've seen some recent interest in the area of blockchain. Mm-hmm. And the notion of using
that up, 'cause I mean, that's a hot topic too, and I think over time we're going to have to start, maybe even have a program around that subject.
But it's another one of these areas to go back to something that Mike said a moment ago. How do you quantify the strength of a blockchain credential? Mm-hmm. I know years ago NIST looked at the issue of knowledge-based authentication, and part of the problem there is it's very hard to quantify the strength of such a credential. Right. The other interesting challenge with it is if you have to revoke a credential, how do you revoke knowledge-based authentication? Right. That's got some sinister elements to it, if you will.
Absolutely, very good point. Very good point.